Welcome to Android App Addicts, episode number 40. The show where we, like I said on the website, we take all of our Android apps, we throw them into a virtual pile, and we sort them out for your enjoyment and pleasure. And helping us do that is our co-hosts and guests and crew. Let's start off with Eric Ardini. You might have known him from Podnutz Daily from last week. He is from siliconwrench.com. What's up, Eric?
Hey, Steve. Staying busy. Thanks for having me on tonight.
Absolutely. And how long have you had your Droid phone?
10 months.
Cool. What kind of phone is it?
I've got a Samsung Galaxy S Mesmerized through US Cellular.
Mesmerize. That's a cool name. Awesome. Next, we got Steve McLaughlin, the Door-to-Door Geek, doortodoorgeek.com. What's up, Steve?
Hey, man. Just trying to slow down everything and remain calm.
Why?
Because this is happy time. This is not stress time.
Oh, okay. So what do you do during stress time?
Ah!
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Just checking.
Just like throw my hands up and run around in circles.
That must have just totally messed up the Skype volume leveler.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
It's all right. It'll come back.
Right. Jonathan Nadeau.
No, come on.
Nadeau. Okay.
Wait, no, I think you had it right.
I don't know.
Anyway, Tim Kelly from timscomputerfix.com. What's up, Tim?
I'm doing great. I can't hear Door anymore, but other than that, I'm doing really good.
Yeah, he'll come back. If not, well, he's fired.
Okay. Well, you better check with the other fellas about that.
Who calls the shots around here, Tim? You're saying I can't fire somebody?
Oh, no, anybody was hired.
You have to check with the staff.
Yes, the staff. I'm going to bring it up at our next staff meeting, actually. Dor, why don't you start us off today, since you probably have more apps than everybody else?
Oh, okay. First app I want to talk about, if you're not a regular poller of the Amazon free app of the day, and if you do not have the free application that notifies you about the Amazon free app of the day, you might have missed what could be one of the classic apps ever. And what I mean by that is this is recognizable to anybody of almost any age group, and it was Pac-Man by the official company Namco. Regularly priced $4.99. Around May the 31st, May 30th, this was available for download completely for free from the Amazon Marketplace. And I gotta say, my 5-year-old was giddy for like a half an hour straight.
Well, how can that be? Because that's not his generation. Why would he be giddy about that?
Well, he recognized the ghost. I don't know from what. And he knew that and I have a new Pac-Man shirt, and he knew that's the guy that ate the ghost. And then like 5 days later, this app becomes available, and it took him a good 5 minutes to get his bearings on what was going on. But as soon as he figured out, I eat the big dot, then I eat the ghost, he thought it was hysterical.
That's so great. And it's good that he knew what Pac-Man was. I mean, you're doing your job when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Yeah, I don't know how he knows. I know my son might be a little bit unique. For instance, he insisted on watching on Netflix the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. I don't know how many kids these days insist on watching that, but
Hey, Door, you know, me and you are close to the same age. You remember back in the day when Pac-Man came out in the arcades? Man, you know how many quarters I dumped in the Pac-Man machines?
Everybody did. I remember, like most places had to have 3 and 4 of them at least.
Oh yeah, and there sometimes was a line or a crowd around them. But
oh yeah,
and then when it came out on like Atari, and then it came out on the other game systems, and now it's coming out on like Android. Every time it's like, great, I'll pay a little bit for it. Now I can get back at the man. I'll I'll keep playing it. That'll make up for all those quarters I used to dump into it. But
man,
it's classic.
Exactly.
You know what? I'm happy we're back at this point because it started out, we had Pac-Man, the arcade. Then Pac-Man on the Atari 2600, which totally butchered it, and for some reason made blue the background and orange the color of the walls. I don't understand that. And then we had like the Atari 5200, which at least got the colors right. And we slowly worked up system by system, improving the graphics till we were back at original state, which is where we're at right now. It's an amazing cycle that it went through, I think.
Yeah. One thing I noticed with Pac-Man, I've never been able to play it since the Atari 2600 with the joystick. Oh, I could control it so much better. I tried it for about 5 minutes on the Android app. I got it off of Amazon also, and I just couldn't do it, and I haven't really been able to do it very well with anything but the old joystick.
The old joystick, wow. Maybe they need to make an Android joystick. Perhaps.
Well, the little game gripper might make it more doable. I personally thought it would take me time to do it. You know what I mean? To get used to it, because I don't have a physical directional pad. I think that might make it a little bit easier.
How do you control them? Tilting?
No, there's a little circle touchscreen button at the bottom. But I gotta say, it's one of those kind of things. If you want to play it, you will teach yourself, kind of thing. That's what it seems like to me. You know, and I kind of did, but you know, I had to get back to work.
I like Miss Pac-Man better.
Why?
I don't know. It just graphics were better.
There was more drama.
Yeah,
There's more drama involved.
More drama. That's a good way to put it.
Hey, Dor, did you get far enough to see any of the cartoons go through in between levels or anything on it?
My son did, yes.
Did he?
Yeah. Does it have the original, cut scenes, whatever they're called?
The one I saw was original, where they came across and came like charging back. My son thought that was hysterical.
You remember the music for the cut scenes?
Yep.
I just popped in my head as soon as I remembered.
Very good, Steve.
Thanks. I'm gonna make that into an intro for one of the Podnuts shows. All right, enough about Pac-Man here. Who wants to go next? Eric, why don't you take it? Then we'll go Tim and then me.
Okay. My first app tonight is another one that was released. I think it was May 8th on the Amazon website or the Amazon store, and it's called Wave Launcher. I know a lot of phones might have something similar to it, but my phone didn't have it, and it's a really nice little shortcut to get to the most used apps on your phone. I guess it's supposed to resemble a feature on WebOS where you can quickly reach your most used apps. What you do is you just touch at the very bottom of your screen, and then you slide your finger up, and then you can have 5 apps that'll go like on a wave, and they just scroll through really nicely. Almost like
what's
when
the
you're
name
going.
of it? What's the name
It's
of it?
called Wave Launcher.
Okay. Cool.
And there's a video online that shows you how it works and things. It's almost like if you took your mouse through the apps dock in Apple OS 10 at the bottom, how they kind of bump up a little bit.
Right. There it is. That's pretty cool looking.
Here's a cool part about it. If you go on to Amazon.com, search under apps for Android Wave Launcher, you can actually test drive it in a browser VM of Android.
Mm.
I just think that's cool.
Yeah, I use it all the time. I've got I use it in conjunction with another app I got tonight, but it's just so much easier than going through your home screens and fiddling through to get to something you're always using.
Wave Launcher, that looks pretty cool. I'll check that out. Good one,
Yeah,
Eric.
man.
Like it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else on Wave Launcher, folks?
I say that's the kind of app, if you really want to cut down the amount of time you're spending bouncing around and, like he said, going to the home screen, going to your app drawer, boom, 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 boom. This is the kind of app that can seriously make you more efficient to, I was going to make a Windows Mobile 7 series phone series crack, but I can't.
You just did.
But you can make it more, you can make your Android usage so much more bango instead of, hunt and peck.
Nice. I agree. I'm actually going to download it now, and I'm going to title this show Bango Bango. All right. Tim, what's your app? one of your apps for this week?
Actually, I kind of have a review. Actually,
Cool.
I had to ditch my original Motorola Droid phone. It was, I think I talked about it last week, and it was to the point where I think I know there was something wrong with the digitizer on it. So, and it was to the point to where I couldn't even do business on it. Somebody would call, I'd go to answer, it wouldn't answer. It would dial numbers by itself. Things were being pushed on the home screen that I'm not even touching, and it just got really bad. I just wanted to kill it. So I ran out and got me a Droid X2.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Can we see it?
So sure. Doo-doo.
Look at
Droid
that,
X2.
mama. Wow.
Yeah, so I've only had it like a few days, and I'm liking it, and it's really fast. This has the, of course, the dual core Tegra 2 chip. It is just nothing but fast.
Really?
And,
It's super fast?
super, super fast. And actually, what I want to do is, how fast? Well, look, I came from the Droid 1, so obviously this is going to be fast for me. But I mean, it is just snap, 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 snap. Now, what I'd like to do is, hey, Door. I don't know if Eric can do this too. Can I can we do a live benchmark?
Yeah, you can make fun of my phone, Timster.
No, but you see, here's the thing, because I always had, I had Droid 1. I didn't have a Droid X. The Droid X is so fast compared to my Droid 1. So, you know, and what do I have to compare this to? I can just sit there and look at the forums on Droid and say, yeah, oh, it's faster, it's faster. Well, I don't have nothing to compare it to.
All right.
So I'm using what is it? Quadrant Standard.
We can do
You can
live
download
benchmark.
And it runs really quick.
Quadrant Standard?
Yeah, download that and we'll run and see. But anyways, Quadrant Standard. Yeah, just download that and we'll bench later. Let's see. But anyway, I'm sorry. Just real quick about this phone. It's the same exact form factor as the Droid X. Exactly. Everything to a T. The size, except for it doesn't have a hardware camera button. They've eliminated the hardware camera button on this phone, and it has the screen is the same size, except they're using a different technology on the screen to save battery life. It's called a pentile technology, which is it's a little bit controversial because you know, they did it to save battery life, but you know, as far as true colors go, there's a little bit of controversy, and some people are complaining about it and say that they can tell a difference here. But I'm going to post a link here in the chat to kind of give you an idea of what everybody's kind of complaining about, or at least some people. Anyways, what I'm saying is it almost looks, if you look at these pictures compared to the line technology that's used in the regular, you know, in the other screens and the Droid X and all, it has almost like a, if you look at it underneath a magnifying glass, it looks a little, words look a little more pixelated, colors, everything looks a little more jaggy. There's all sorts of arguments about it, that the screen doesn't look as good as, you know, blah, 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 and they sacrifice that to save battery life. Well, I'm here to tell you, I can't see it. I'm not, I mean, I can look at my phone as close as I can. I mean, the screen on this thing is gorgeous. It really is. It's a beautiful screen.
Which one, Tim, so which one is the one they're complaining about in this picture you showed me?
It's the it's the one that's called the pentile.
And that's what the new screen is, pentile?
And that's what the new screen is, yeah.
But
I mean, that is like under a freaking magnifying glass. And so I've been trying to look hard and try to see where, you know, if I can see any difference, you know, if things look jaggy. I can't see it. I mean, I don't mean, maybe. I don't
what
need glasses,
are you comparing it to?
Well, I'm comparing it to my original Droid.
Okay.
to my Droid 1. I mean, the screen is gorgeous. Now it does have, like when you're scrolling, like where your apps are, it does do a little bit of trailing. You know, when you look at it with your naked eye there, it does trail a little. That's about the only thing I can tell.
I hate that when you put the most powerful processor in a phone, it still trails. The iPhone never trailed from day one.
Well, I didn't say lag. I'm just saying trail, as in it's almost like there's a streak, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
you know,
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, but not lag. Definitely, there's absolutely no lag with this phone at all.
I honestly think
what's that, door?
Sorry. I honestly think when I go through my app drawer really fast, I think I see streaks.
Yes.
You know,
okay.
To me, honestly, I did see that phone in a showroom turned on kind of thing. I think it's just people looking for a reason to complain because I thought that thing looked gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. It is great. It's got, of course, Moto Blur, and it, you know, the Moto Blur, from what I'm reading, I don't use it. I mean, I don't really like it. I mean, it's better. It's better than, you know, on the Droid X. The Moto Blur is definitely more functional, I guess is what they're saying. And
you're gonna keep that? You're gonna keep
well,
that?
no, I'm not going to keep that. Well, see, I'm following Door's advice. Door says, try to refrain from rooting and ROMing the phone for as long as you can, so that I can get used to how it's running stock, so that I can see the performance difference. So I'm just, you know. I don't know how I'll be next week, Dora, but I'm going to try to follow that. And by the way, this phone can root very easily with a app called Ginger Break, from what I understand.
Ginger Break.
So, yeah, Ginger Break.
Sure.
Yeah. But anyways, I have the things that it doesn't have. It doesn't have 4G. And it doesn't have a front-facing camera. No front-facing camera. So, and I don't even know if it matters, but when you shake the phone back and forth like this,
yeah,
if you listen to the earpiece, there's a rattling noise.
Huh.
That's not like the
that's freaky
gyrometer thing, or is it, or anything?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a little rattling noise. I mean, when you do it like
too.
Oh, you on yours, really?
Let me take the case off. Make sure I'm not.
Wait a minute. Well, Dor, you dropped yours down a flight of stairs, didn't you?
Oh.
Timster, does that have an HDMI port on it?
It does, yes. It has an HDMI port on it.
That's nice.
So you know, I've got a few more things I'd like to talk about this. Plus, I'd like to run a comparison benchmark with Dora here live, because the benchmark does not take that long at all. And
I got mine downloaded.
It'd be kind of cool to compare. But, you know, if we want to, you know, go to the next guy or the next topic, you come back to me. I'll talk a little bit more about my phone and the apps.
Do you guys, or do you still need to download that app?
Downloaded, done, ran.
It's running now?
I'm done. You know how I roll.
All right, Eric, you said you have yours, right?
Did you run the full benchmark then, guys?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine's running now then.
All right, so we'll wait for Eric's to be done, and then we'll compare.
All right, well, I can run mine right here.
It's pretty quick. It only takes like a minute.
In the camera. Run full benchmark. And while that runs, I'll just talk a little bit more here about what I have. There is a app. Let's see, what is it called? It's called the Tegra 2. It's called the Tegra Zone. It's from NVIDIA. And in that
sounds like an aftershave.
Look at the graphics on this phone, man. In that app, in that website, and that site are apps, and you could also get it from the App Store, that are specifically designed for the Tegra 2 chip that only runs on phones that have the Tegra 2 chip. So I'm feeling a little special on that. And I downloaded one of them, and it runs very well, and it's pretty impressive, I must say. And that's the end of the app here. Let's see what it says.
All right, he got his results.
Benchmark, it says, okay, mine says 2, 4, 5, 8.
Eric, what's yours?
This might tell me that how much faster his than mine. Mine just now finished, and I started before he did. I can hit yes to proceed, I guess, here.
Yeah, and it'll tell you up top.
The
orange
my device,
bar,
958.
958 and Tim Server's 2458, 2000.
Yeah.
What's yours, Door?
1678.
Ah, we're losing you, Door. Say it again.
1678. 1678.
1678, says Door.
1678. Wow, that's almost twice as fast. That makes sense.
Well, and mine.
Hang on, Door. We're losing you. I'm going to call you back on Skype, see if we can clear that up. In the meantime, I was going to do my app, but I got to call Door back. Oh, wow.
My
Oh, that
Galaxy-
sounds bad. What's
My
wrong,
Galaxy
Steve?
S.
Uh-oh, that might be my end. We'll see.
My Galaxy S says it's faster than a Galaxy S, so that's not too bad, I guess.
Is that what it says, really?
Yeah, yeah. Right
Hey,
below
yeah.
mine is Galaxy S.
Door, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Wow.
And obviously,
That sounds terrible.
That's kind of weird. Anyway, can't be me. Can't be me. It's going through the same sound card as Eric. So, Eric, you're still there, right?
I think so.
Okay, let's try one more time. There we go. There we go.
That sounds a lot better.
Yeah. Dory, there?
yes, sir.
Okay, we must have had some static in the line. That's going to be my
Gotcha.
excuse, which probably doesn't make any sense. Static in the line, so that's what happened.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'll just say I feel very good about my number because it says the Moto Droid X is only supposed to go at around 1001, and the Moto Droid X with 2.2 or greater is only supposed to be at 1250, and I'm at 16. So I feel good about that.
Good.
And you're ROMmed and rooted.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm stock. And from what I understand, when Gingerbread hits the market on this, that it's supposed to take more advantage of the dual core stuff on this phone. But the Acer Iconia 10.1-inch A500 tablet, which is a really pretty darn good fast rating tablet, it benchmarked at 1800 on this same.
So yours dominated it.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, we'll come back to you. You can talk about it more, Tim. So we're going to do round robin this show.
Yeah.
My app is called Super Fast Camera. Let me see. Super Fast something, but it doesn't. What's the end? I can't see the end. So it's because it's on icon. I can't see the freaking end.
Hey, Steve, you're sounding like that too now.
Uh-oh.
I am.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Sounds
hear
fine
me?
to me.
You guys hear
Oh,
me like
really?
that?
Maybe it's me then.
Oh, that's weird.
He sounds great.
All right, how about now, Eric?
Super.
Oh, whatever you just messed with there. Yeah.
Really?
Like a dirty pot or something you got there.
I got to clean that baby out. Static on the line and dirty pots. That's the reasons, technical reasons for this. All right, but you can hear us now?
Yeah, great.
Okay. All right,
It looks like a
cam, right?
super fast cam, all one word.
Super fast cam. And it is what it says it is. Did you ever try to, especially with cats, okay, did you ever try to capture footage, hit your camera app, swivel over to go to video, click the button, and it's too late. Like those precious seconds lost, it's too late. Whatever you were trying to take a picture of is gone. Not with the super fast cam. With super fast cam, I'll show you. You just click the icon. Hear that noise?
No.
Oh. Well, it's recording. Oh no, it was recording. Oh man, this show is really
That's okay,
going down the
Steve. We
tubes.
get the picture.
I want a demo. I really want to show the speed. I mean,
Okay.
here we go. Ready? I'm going to click super fast cam right now. It's recording.
Cool.
It's super fast when it records. That's all I'm saying.
So is your screen like off, like
No, it's
whenever you hit the button?
No,
or-
screen's on, and then if I want to take a video, I just hit the icon. It's on my desktop, and now it's recording. So it takes about a second or two, and it starts
that's
recording.
good.
It takes like 1 or 2 clicks out of the equation.
And
Right.
time. I mean, a lot of time. Yeah, it takes clicks and time. Because even with the video camera apps, it takes little time.
Yeah.
Mainly clicks. Mainly clicks. You're right.
Yeah.
But it's very handy, I think.
Similar like to the what is it called? That you just press the camera button and it pops right up. You know, even when it's asleep. What do you call it, Door?
It has that? Really?
Eye constipation?
There's a camera button?
That's the one. That's the one.
I don't know.
The iPhone has a camera button, really?
Thought.
I didn't know that.
I don't know, but I can say...
I don't think it does.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm going to use that app in conjunction with Widget Locker. So on my lock screen, I will have a camcorder button.
Yes.
And that's how I roll.
Now, this camcorder button doesn't start the camcorder, though. Super fast cam starts the camcorder.
Well, that's what I mean.
Oh.
I can make a shortcut to
super fast cam.
I think thanks all.
Oh, cool.
All right. Dora, we're back to you.
Oh, okay. Okay, my app is... I had a bit of a hassle. Okay, I had certain bookmarks on my computer, and more poignantly to say bookmarklets for services to where I could just be on a web page, hit the bookmark let icon on my bookmark bar, and it would either, dig it or Evernote it for later kind of thing. So I had it, and I spent literally a half an hour trying to get those bookmarklets on my phone, and I could not. My blood was literally starting to boil. So I found this app called My Bookmarks. Very simple, easy to do. It's actually a two-step process, though. That's where it's going to put some people off. All you got to do is go to the website, pick what browser you have, follow the steps it says, and then you basically upload your bookmarks to them. And then they give you back a unique number. Then you simply open up the app on your phone, type that number, and all of your bookmarks are then downloaded and imported into your Android browser.
What's the name of the app again, Dor?
My Bookmarks, all one word.
Okay.
I need that.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I was literally giddy when I found that one because I was so upset at not being able to just send a bookmark over.
Right.
That's all I want.
Awesome. Very cool, man.
Yeah, it's one of those sanity keepers, as I like to call it.
Nice. Anybody any other commentary on my bookmarks, guys?
No, good bookmarks. Syncing bookmarks are always a good thing.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. It's just one of those things. It's not fancy, but it does a good job.
Right.
Yep.
Utilitarian.
Like X marks.
Right.
All right, Eric. What do you got for us?
A lot of people, when they first get a new phone, and this is probably, it could be just because of mine being a Galaxy S, but I didn't have a flashlight app, and that's what I think a lot of people look for right off the bat, because that's using that LED light on the back side of your camera. It works so great as a flashlight.
It does.
But what I was saying with the Wave Launcher earlier, this is one of my apps that I use, all the time. I work for a guy, and I do eBay for him. And he's got a huge warehouse that he never turns the lights on. You have to grab a flashlight. He's got a pile of flashlights, or you can use your phone. So I use my phone, use the Wave Launcher, and it's one of them, along with camera, so I can get to my camera quickly too. But this is the one I like is called Light the Way, and it's free from the Android app market. This one I like. I've used a couple of them, but this one I like better because you can use it without bumping into the ad that it is on there. A lot of them are free, but they put the ad in a place where you're going to be grabbing your phone and always hitting that ad, and then it'll open up your browser when you're not even looking at your phone. You're just using it as a flashlight. So, and then you got all kinds of stuff going on in the background. You don't even know what's going on when you just want a flashlight going. But this one, it works really well, I think, and I've been using it for a few months now. I haven't even wanted to go look for a new flashlight app now.
Nice. Light the way.
Awesome. Flashlight apps, man.
I thought they came built in. Mine came built in.
Yeah, mine didn't. I think a lot. Right. Maybe everyone but mine comes with it. I don't
really?
know.
No, mine didn't either, Eric. My original Droid didn't have a flashlight app.
Really?
Yeah, same here.
I think another plus for the Evo. Evo for the win. No, the Evo, like, literally, like, I have very little complaints about it, and I would be one to complain easily about something. So I'm impressed. I wonder how the Evo 2 is going to be. It's like I'm a little bit afraid. I don't want them to botch a good thing. You know, it tends to happen in technology. All right, back to you, Tim.
Okay, when I first got this phone, obviously I'm not rooted. The ROMing thing, I want to talk about that for a minute. Another thing that a lot of people are concerned about is the locked bootloader on this phone. It's kind of, but there's something interesting to talk about in that. I'll talk about that in a minute. But when I first got it, I said tether. There was a setting for me to tether.
Right.
And I was like, cool. So I hit it, and my laptop picked up on the signal, and I logged on. I connected to it, and it gave me an IP address. I was like, sweet. And I clicked on the browser, and yeah, I get the Verizon Wireless. You must sign up for.
Yeah,
it's probably a good thing. Otherwise, you probably would have saw on your bill. I mean, if they let you just have it, you probably would have. Because I did that with my Sprint when I saw the hotspot. I clicked on it and I go, "Am I going to get charged for this?" And it ended up not working. But
right,
yeah.
Well, I mean, I've thought the same thing, but God, you have to try.
You have to try. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So, anyways, it's nice though, I guess. Okay.
Hang on, can I ask you something? How much would it cost you to activate the tether?
I think it's $20 extra a month for. I think there's a limit. Door says higher.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know when I looked into it, it was $45.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't look into it.
Super lame. That's so lame.
I'm just going by what I heard. Hey, yeah. Door, did your original Droid X come with a built-in task manager?
I do not believe it did, and if it did, it was worthless.
Really? Well, here's mine, and this is just a list of all my running apps. Shows CPU usage and memory usage. And then there's also a tab over here that is what's called a auto in list. And it says apps on this list in 2 minutes after display time's out. So it's an app killer too.
Huh. That's
built in, a stock. Let's see. It's got an 8-megapixel camera, and the battery life. I would say, considering it's a dual core, and it's an X.
2 hours. 2 hours.
No, it's not 2 hours. I mean, I've used it steady all day long. Games, phone calls, my business, app market, streaming videos. Something else I got to talk about. But I get a full day out of it, all day long, until I go to bed.
Wow. Nice. So, that is no. Is it heavy? Because you usually sacrifice. No.
It's very light.
Huh.
Wow,
and
that's good.
I think a lot of that's got to do with the screen.
Man, you're cutting me deep.
The pin tile technology there on the screen.
Yeah. Me too.
Okay. One big thing on this: Netflix runs on this phone. Netflix works on this phone. Streaming also.
Just twist the knife.
No. I'm not saying that from experience because I don't even have a Netflix account yet, but I'm sitting here looking at it right now and I'm reading. And but you have to download, let's see, you have to download a different APK. You have to download the com.netflix.mediaclient2.apk, and it will work on the Droid X2. Streaming also.
Well, I'm not trying to burst your bubble, Timster. If it's the app I think it is, it got killed today.
Let's see.
Somebody needs to burst his bubble. He's like, we're all getting jealous of him.
Hang on, I'll tell you when this was posted, and it looks like what they do. Oh, waiting. What happened here? Oh well. For some reason, it's not coming up. Nah. It's like maybe the server's down or something on these forums I'm looking at.
Okay.
Anyway, am I still on?
You're with us.
Okay,
still?
Because I thought I lost my internet. Okay. What else was I going to say? Oh, the locked ROMing, the bootloader. Let's see if I still have it up here. I do. It turns out that if on the Droid X2, that if you hold the power button plus the volume down button, you'll see what's called fast boot. And what's so good about that is that you get an option for stock recovery also, but what they're thinking is this may be what developers can use to exploit the phone. So that's all I can say.
What's the idea of fast boot again?
It gives you possible options. Let's see what it says here. It's not really telling me what the options are. I haven't done that yet. I'm just reading here.
You mean the hackers are happy about that? They think that's their way in.
Yeah, because that would be their way, their loophole into being able to crack the phone.
Gotcha.
So I'll keep us updated on that.
Did you get a nice case for it, Tim?
I just ordered one, so it hasn't come in yet.
Cool.
And this still doesn't want to come up for me.
Tim, can you tell me something bad about the phone?
I know. Tell us how bad it sucks.
I mean, is it slippery in your hand or something?
Does it smudge when you touch it?
Right. Does it smell funny?
I'm still trying to think of something. It doesn't. It doesn't. I tell you what. The wireless tethering doesn't freaking work straight out of the box. I don't like that.
Do you like that it still looks the same as the old one?
Well, I never owned the old one. I don't mind.
Okay.
I don't mind it because there's plenty of there's plenty of
accessories
and all.
That's a good point.
Out.
Right.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So I mean, we're, I got plenty of stuff to choose from on that. Proven, Yeah. Right. So yeah. No, that doesn't bother me at all.
Good. All right.
I'll just add, with mine, I have a Verizon issue case with a kickstand. More than a couple occasions, I take my phone out of the case, and I gotta say, Timster, if you're experiencing a phone like this feels almost, I don't want to say sexy, like not really thick, not really heavy. It's a touch top heavy compared to the bottom heavy, which in your hand feels good. The shape of it around your hand is very good. The case I have honestly makes it feel twice as big, twice as wide. Well, a little bit difficult to get edge touch.
The one I got, the one that I got, it wasn't really a case. It was kind of a slip in, like snap-on.
Right.
Where like the front of the phone faces outwards. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, so whenever I use the phone, I detach it completely from.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, from my side. So, we'll see how that works. I might not like it, but that was like the first one up on Amazon whenever I searched for it. So, we'll see.
Yeah. Cool.
Good stuff, Tim. When we come around to you again, you can tell us more if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll think of some stuff it's good about it.
Okay.
All right. My second app is a little bit strange, I think, because I wasn't a fan of this in high school, but it's called iMathematics. Have you guys seen iMathematics yet?
No.
iMathematics is it's like an app where basically it defines all these mathematical, algebraic, geometrical terms, trigonometry as well, and it once you click on, like, let me click on plane geometry. Click on plane geometry. Okay, now we have a list: general triangles, right triangles, circles, quadrilaterals. Because maybe like sitting around, you go, I didn't do well in math in school. What the heck is a quadrilateral? And you sit there, it tells you a definition. It gives you properties. It gives you equations. It's very good, and I mean, it's a very nice layout. The way it's done is quite polished, and it basically gives you all kinds of anything you want to know about mathematics, it gives you in this app in a nice, presentable way. And I like that it defines things. That's what I found was interesting about it for me, is that it defines everything. Because I think the main reason I did poor in school with some of this stuff is I didn't know what the hell it meant. And so I'm missing like square one, and I'm being tested on like square 20, And I'm trying to get down like grassroots level here. Like, what the heck is a quadrilateral? So it gives you that. It gives you equations. I think it's more of just general interest than how you could actually apply this. But I guess for students, it's probably pretty killer. Instead of just going to looking at these stuff online, Googling it, this is a nicely presented way. Like, this would be nice to have open during math class or something like that. It's pretty good. iMathematics.
Very cool.
Any commentary on that?
I'll just say,
Go
ahead, Eric.
Oh, go ahead. I didn't know if they'd let you take your cell phone into math class, but if they did, that'd be great.
They don't these days? I thought kids had like full internet access, laptops, computers. I thought they weren't even allowed in school without them.
I think they're too worried about people, like bringing in test answers on their phone or taking pictures and things.
Interesting.
Taking pictures of the test and then, emailing it to the student for the next class, and they have it 2 hours from this one.
Right.
Well, that app you talked about there, Steve, would benefit people like architects.
Right.
I mean, that would just be awesome just to whip out and be able to, pull. I'm sure, there are other people in the field close to that would be very beneficial too.
I think so too. It doesn't apply.
Just like the app I used whenever I was in construction. It was the transit. It was like a transit. It would measure distances, long distances just through the camera of the phone. I forget what it's called, but
no, I remember that. I remember you talking about that. That's killer. That kind of stuff.
Surveyor,
dude. Thank you, Dor.
That's what I'm here for.
So, you use Surveyor along with the app that you just mentioned there.
You could build bridges.
Steve, you could build bridges.
I have to add, I'm not worried about the kids. I'm not worried about construction work. I'm worried about when my kid comes home with math homework. I can hold the phone down by my side and say, "What do you mean? A quadrilateral? Everybody knows what a quadrilateral is."
Good point. See, everybody has their own application for this.
Right. So
they know you better. They'll say, "Dad, what are you looking at?"
Right.
Say nothing. I'm just scratching.
Scratching.
Right.
I think we're back to Door now, right?
Okay. My next app, I will say, helped my sanity again. If you notice, half of my apps are for fun, half of my apps are for sanity's sake. Went on vacation 2 weeks ago, and I knew, there was no doubt in my mind, when we went on vacation, I was going to have a little bit of a task on hand, keeping the natives in the back of the car civilized and calm. And by that I mean my kids. So my 5-year-old is in kindergarten. I feel like he's doing phenomenally well in school. So I said, I think we need to take advantage of this, because from everything I gather, he actually has fun in school when he's not hitting another kid in the head with a book. But the app is actually called Sight Words Flashcards by Michael Van
Huisendorfer. I just made that up.
Strin, I'll say.
Michael Van. Okay. Strine,
sure. And I'll say this is not a fancy app. This is not a super in-depth app. This is a very simple app. You can also customize and add your own sight words, but it's basically just, you hold the phone sideways in landscape. There's 2 arrows, one all the way on the right, one all the way on the left, white background, black text, and it just says a word. And I handed my phone to my son, and for a good 40 minutes out of the 3-hour trip, hour and a half trip, it just seemed like 3 hours, he was literally in the back going, "Where? Girl. Head.
purple."
Yeah. And he just kept every 3 seconds, 5 seconds saying a word. And then once in a while he was like, "This one's too hard, Dad." And then, my wife was in the passenger seat and she looked at it and she said, "Sound it out." And it was like said, SAID. So for 40 minutes, he was perfectly calm. And my 3-year-old now has started to just mimic everything he does. So every time he said over, the 3-year-old went over. So
That's good. Oh, awesome.
yeah. So that app if I had, let's say, disposable income just sitting around in buckets, I would happily give this guy some money because he made my life easier.
And it's free?
Oh yeah, completely free.
Nice. Thank you, Michael Van Strine.
Absolutely. Considering we were on our way to vacation, which as a father, I just look at an excuse to empty the bank account for things we cannot actually touch or feel. I didn't think spending money on the way there was a good idea.
No, it's cool. Hey, whatever works. Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice one, Dor.
Cool.
Eric, any more for you?
Yeah, I got a couple things. Then my next app is, you might as well just start sending the hate texts and hate speech and hate mail now. It's WeatherBug Elite.
WeatherBug.
Oh, I know. It's buggy. I've always hated WeatherBug on the PC and the web. Even if you go there today and you go and look at their website, it's just full of ads and just crap, and you got the dancing auto insurance on the side. It's just horrible. But it was a free app on Amazon, so I downloaded it. And it's only worth even having on your phone just for the live wallpaper, especially here in the Midwest during springtime. The live wallpaper of a radar of you. It's just always there. Every time you look at your phone, you just you got your live. Well, that's Lake. Yeah, get over there. Lake
Good
Michigan
stuff.
there. And look at there's a little bit of green stuff right there already. And that's just right on
I
my
love
home
that.
live wallpaper, and I can scroll over a little bit to see what's going on in Iowa and what's coming.
It's ingenious.
A little bit there.
That's ingenious.
And I haven't changed my live wallpaper since I got this app. And that's the only, I don't really use it a whole lot for the other stuff, but man, just for that right there, I dig it.
Awesome. And they got apps right, I have to say. They have a good app on the iPad, too. It's just their desktop. I mean, they're on the computers, they suck. But I think on mobile devices, they really got it right.
Don't worry, Eric. I got ripped, I think, in the early days of App Addicts. I got ripped for mentioning the WeatherBug. And just like Steve said, man, I mean, the apps are really not that bad, but just people want to rip on them anyway, just because of their history of the desktop.
That was actually SMD Steve.
Well, you know what? I was actually
it as a second time.
I can also say that Noah also has a live wallpaper app of radar. I've never used it, but I saw that they've also got one for exact same price as the whole WeatherBug Elite program.
Noah?
Yeah, National or Oceanographical, the NOAA.
Yeah, NOAA. They got an app, you said?
They've got a live desktop or like a live wallpaper like that.
Desktop. Oh, but you don't know if they have an app, do you?
Well, yeah, I don't know if it's a wallpaper.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got to check it out.
That's pretty cool. I like that live wallpaper.
Yeah.
Does it kill your battery?
I haven't noticed it hurting it at all. I think it doesn't. It'll only update when you touch it, or like every 15 minutes if you're constantly doing it.
Very cool.
That's why I think it's a cool live wallpaper, because there's no such thing as really real-time radar. It's always cached from like a snapshot from 45 minutes ago, and then 30 minutes ago, and then 15 minutes ago.
Right.
Or you can use, or you have to go into the Radar Now app, and that'll give you pretty darn close to up to the minute. But with the app, the WeatherBug app there, that your home screen is is live radar, so that's nice.
Very nice. That. Very nice. Awesomeness. Whose turn is it now? Tim.
It's mine. Okay. On my Droid X2 stock, it has a FM player, and your headphones act as the antenna.
Right.
Okay. Does that come stock on the Droid X door?
Yeah, and I didn't understand the FM thing until I actually looked it up, because you actually cannot even launch it if you do not have headphones plugged in.
Right, exactly. Okay. I didn't know that. See, I'm new to the Droid X stuff, so I just thought that was pretty cool. It works well. Works pretty darn well. let's see what. Oh, I have a pretty cool little night clock app called Night Clock, and what I do. I know, laugh if you want to laugh, but what I do is at night, I plug my phone up to my computer in my bedroom and to charge it, and instead of just shutting it off, I put it in this mode, clock mode, and it's called Night Clock. And if that's too bright for you, you could touch it, it'll dim. So even when the lights are out, it's real dim, and
Wow.
it even
Yeah, that's nice.
you even have the options of changing the font size, changing the color. Let's see.
That's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. I might get
So
rid of
your
my
color,
alarm
you
clock.
use this little color wheel, to change the color.
Yeah.
And also, you can change the, let's see, I just backed out of that. You can change the fonts to like 3 different ones, and it has an alarm feature
Really?
that, in this particular case, it syncs with the built-in alarm that's app, that comes built into this Droid X. I don't know how it works on any other phone, but that's how it works here. So when you go into the alarm settings, in your settings here on the phone, Night Clock is listed as one of the options for your alarm. So
Oh, cool.
yeah,
That's pretty neat. That's
I
pretty
like it.
neat.
yeah, for a clock app, why not?
I know. Because I was thinking about, I have an alarm clock, and it's like the oldest piece of technology I own, I feel like, and I want to integrate it more with like cool gadgety app cell phone-y stuff. So, I mean, that's I might actually use that and trash my alarm clock.
Yeah, I'll say you said to make fun of it. Oh no, no, it is being downloaded right now. Actually,
Okay.
my only question is, does it have the old school alarm sound of?
Well, I don't know, because I just tried to use the alarm feature, and it says that I have to go into the phone's built-in app and select Night Clock as an option. And so I didn't get that far. I don't know what sounds it has. So
Cool.
I'm
I
quite
like-
sure, Dor, you could hack it and add that sound.
Awesome, Tim. All right, why don't we go? I'm out of apps, so why don't we go around one more time and just anything else you got in the tank, just let it out now, and then we'll end off the show. I'll read a couple emails, and then we'll end off the show. Back to Dor.
Okay. One of the last things I have is just called Quick Boot. Quick Boot space reboot. The whole reason I have this app, and I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to pretend. I dropped my phone a little bit of distance, and now to make my power button work, I have to stick a small screwdriver basically and jam the button in with all of my weight behind it. So when I need to reboot my phone for any reason, now I can actually just open up Quick Boot, and I've actually had this installed, I want to say, for like 9 months. I abused it. Now I just have a icon on my desktop. I click it, it pops up, it says reboot, recovery, power off, and bootloader. So I can actually boot into my Clockwork mod, I can boot into the Android recovery, I can reboot the phone, or I can power off the phone very quickly, very easily. I just got to say, that has been another sanity saver for me, since my button is now no good. Definitely one I encourage people to do. You do have to be rooted. I'll say that. It's not one that will work unrooted. The last app is called IMO Beta. I honestly don't know if there is something better out there, but if there is something better out there, I beg people to let me know. Shoot us an email at mail@podnutz.com and just let us know. What this is a all-in-one chat application that can log into Facebook, Google Talk, Skype, MSN, ICQ, AIM, Yahoo, Jabber, and MySpace. Sounds to me like a pretty good range of services to log into, because I had multiple apps going before just for my chat, and I said, let me just condense them down, and this was the first one I ran across. I ran it It's a solid little app. There's nothing necessarily wrong with it, but if there is something better out there, I'd really like to know about it.
Cool. Thank you very much, Dor.
Never a problem.
And no, if you guys have any news, say it now, or anything else, say it now. So no news this week, right, Dor?
I am totally barren of news.
Yeah, we've all been busy this week. We brought enough goods. All right, Eric, what do you got? Anything left?
I got a device I'd like to show off that I picked up the other day.
Ooh.
I got a link to it. It's called Vibit. It's at myvibit.com. This is what it looks like.
Whoa, what is it?
Wow.
This is it's not a speaker. The other end has a cord that looks like this. And you plug it into your phone. Okay, this is what my phone sounds like from the speaker. Can you hear that at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll plug in my phone into the headphone jack here.
The Vibit.
Into the Vibit, I'm sorry. And I just hit the... I hit my phone while I was doing it.
That's all right. We will wait. This is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Wow. I think I know what it's going to do.
Yeah.
Is this that thing that uses the desk vibration?
Yeah.
How does it work? Pretty good?
Well, I'm gonna show you. Okay, so
Yeah,
So
of
this is
course.
the-
He's got
So-
the Timster syndrome.
okay, so now this is what it sounds like coming out of this thing right here.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds like that.
Sounds much better. Wow.
No, but
Yeah,
that's
well,
not even hooked up to
Nothing yet. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my camera. I'm gonna point it at this Rubbermaid container,
Right.
and I'm gonna stick this right to the Rubbermaid container right here.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Wow, that's a nice hand, huh?
Wow.
That's insane.
Can you tell the difference? Isn't that neat?
Wow. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah. Here, I'll take it off.
Wow.
that is
Vibit.
That is like Sci-Fi Channel. Crazy.
That's freaking
Sweet.
awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, it sounded better without it plugged in. It's attached to anything, but wow, that amazing. That amazed me.
so what I wouldn't normally go out and buy something like this, but actually Menards had like a rebate deal, and they had it on there. It was normally $20 at Menards. You buy it for $9, or they buy it for $10. They give you $8 of it back. So I got it for $2.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. It takes two AAA batteries, or you can plug it into a USB for power. It's got a little power light on the edge of it there.
Yeah.
I could
Nice.
pass
$2.
that price.
That's
Wow.
something that's awesome to have in your car, I think, you know?
I thought for camping, you
Yeah.
could just like set it next to you and push it down on your lawn chair, and if you got a hard arm on your lawn chair or
Right.
something, you could just jam out to yourself a little bit.
Very
That was my
cool.
gadget of the day.
I like it, man. That's
Dude.
awesome. That's the coolest thing I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
And they got the
Very cool.
video's kind of funny if you look at it online. If you get a chance to watch it, it is kind of a neat video.
Let's check it out. Here we go. Vibit. Brought to you by Podnutz.
This is not a speaker.
They made very clear that it's not a speaker. Here we go.
This is not a speaker. But this is a speaker.
It's a pizza box.
My YouTube videos do not want it to buffer. Is anybody else having that problem?
I did today. Yeah. Yep.
And this is a speaker.
And this
Is what? Is what? Tell us.
is a speaker.
Oh, thank you.
This.
It's a window.
All right, you get the idea. My freaking...
It's a locker.
Right.
Hey, my computer case could be a speaker.
Yeah, actually, one of the best speakers I found was a big mirror in my hutch. It sounded great.
Really?
Yeah.
It's at myvibit.com. Check it out. Watch the full video without, buffering problems.
Dude, that's cool because you could take a shower and listen to a podcast. Just stick that on your mirror.
You
Boom.
bring your phone in the shower?
To listen to Podnutz, sure.
Yeah. I honestly, I do.
See there?
Damn.
Thank you,
Actually,
Eric. I mean,
what I do in my house is I got an FM transmitter next to my computer, so I'll start a podcast and then I just turn on an FM radio anywhere in the house. I'm in that room, and I just listen to turn it to 99.7, and it picks up whatever's playing on my computer. That's all.
Really?
Yeah, drives my wife nuts.
Oh man, that's cool. That's cool too about the FM thing. Awesome. All right, thank you very much. Whose turn is it? Timster. Everything is cool as Eric?
Yeah. Do I miss hardware keyboards? Over the episodes, I have always harped on not having a hardware keyboard for games. But you know, for what I've played so far with this phone, the screen is much bigger than my original Droid. You know, I mean, it feels like it's almost 25% bigger. So I think, and I really didn't have a choice but to upgrade. But I've some of the gaming that I've done, I must say, it doesn't really bother me as bad as I would have thought. So.
Bother you? You mean
as far as using the controls? You know how
right.
you have to put your fingers on the screen to use the controls and all that.
That thing's making me dizzy.
Timster, what game is that? That looks awesome.
Yeah, that's one of those Tegra 2 games from the Tegra 2 site. It's called what is this called? It's almost like Marble Madness. You ever played Marble Madness?
Oh, it used to be my favorite game.
Yeah, this game's called 3D Bio Ball.
I hated it.
You did, though?
Anyway,
No.
time will tell. Do I miss my keyboard? I don't think so.
You will not miss your keyboard.
Droid 3's coming out. I mean, yeah, the Droid 3.
Yeah.
So I'd like to compare.
Big deal.
Oh, yeah. Where's your benchmark?
No, it's not. No, not Droid 3. I'm talking about Droid 3. I don't like. I like your phone because it's big. Droid 3 is small, right, with the slide-out keyboard. Right? Yeah. No, I'm saying yours is better than that. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's better.
You know what? Download Better Keyboard, Tim. You will love it.
Really?
It's the best keyboard. If I had to pick my favorite app ever, I think that we've talked about on my phone, it probably is Better Keyboard. Yes. It saved me from getting a Galaxy Tab. Let's put it that way.
Real quick, Door Geek.
Yes, sir.
On your Droid X, whatever you do texting, and say you mess up on something, and you tap on the words to go back and correct it. Is there a little window that pops up that magnifies?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, I'll talk about that next week.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, let me read some emails here. You guys ready for that? For some email action? All right, we have Ellis writes, Steve, this is for the Android App Addicts show. Thought this would be good news about locked bootloaders. And this is from Engadget.com. HTC officially dissolves locked bootloader policy. The homebrew community may mourn HTC's Thunderbolt, Incredible S, Sensation, and Evo 3D, but the company's controversial policy of locking bootloaders is no more. Following a tease yesterday, HTC CEO Peter Chow had decreed from on high, namely HTC's Facebook page, that the future devices will be open. So there you go. If anybody was concerned about that, no need for concern anymore. I was talking to the guy at Radio Shack about the Evo 3D, and he was all excited that it was 3D and blah blah blah. I'm like, really? Put the technology and advancement into something besides 3D. Please spend your time on other things. This is what I'm telling to the companies. Spend your time on other better things than 3D. I don't care about 3D. And now the new Evo will be plagued with 3D. It's just a feature you don't want. You know, you have like something where you just could care less about a feature, and that's the main thing that their main innovative thing they did about on a device. Yeah. That's what this Evo 3D pissing me off.
Well, they give the option to turn it off.
I know, but I don't even want it on there.
Yeah, but it's like you're paying for it anyway.
Right.
And to me, it's totally useless.
Right. Well, see, the only way I'll get into 3D is if we start filming Podnutz in 3D.
Oy.
That's the only way. Only way.
And I'm going to have to start sitting further away from the camera.
We're all going to have to get Fios.
I might be upgrading the video quality of, at least on my camera here, because I'm using FireWire, but I think HDMI input cards are finally coming out and they're becoming cheap, so I might go HDMI and get some nice we could actually do actual HD from the Podnutz Studios. All right, that was from Ellis. Thank you, Ellis. This one's from Jerry. He says, oh, let me see. He sent me two. Oh, the app's called Texty. Do you guys ever hear of Texty?
Don't think so.
No.
Nope.
It says Texter here. He says Texty. Let me go here. Texty. It looks really cool. It's an app that he says, I've been using it for a week. It's so awesome. What you basically do is you could send and receive SMS text messages from Google Chrome, and it syncs with your Android. So you could send and receive your text messages from Chrome. It syncs with your Android phone. Send and receive SMS text messages from your computer using your current phone number through your Android phone. Basically, you know how that disconnect between like email and texting and doing stuff on your computer and texting? Texting has always been its separate little thing. You only do it on your phone. This finally links it up so you can like text from your computer and it syncs with your actual Android phone. I thought that was really awesome. And he says, I've been using it for a week or so now, and it's awesome. I had been using my Google Chat, not Google Voice, on my computer for text messaging while I'm at work so I can use my keyboard. I tried the remote keyboard feature in Remote Web Desktop, but I wasn't happy with that option. See, I got into that a little bit too, texting from Google Chat. And he goes on to say, the description above doesn't mention it, but the Chrome extension uses their new HTML5 pop-up notifications. It pops up the text message at the bottom right, and you click reply, type your message, and then the box disappears. If this was the only thing that Android had, it would still make me feel bad for anyone without using Android and Chrome. That's from Jerry. So it's called Texty, and it finally links. You can text from your computer, and when you receive a text, you'll get a notification on your computer.
I like that.
Me too. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. It's called Texty, and it's in beta right now. I think you got to sign up. So you go to textyapp.com/beta. Sign up. I registered, and then I haven't heard from them. So hopefully I hear from them soon.
Yeah, that really blows away my solution. I was using Android Remote Desktop, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
Where it gave me a web interface to my phone. So if it was over there charging, I could still get to it. It was too much work.
Right. Well, that's all handled now.
Good email.
Yes, it was a very awesome email. All right, that is it for the emails, and I think that's going to be it for the show. Let's go around, and any last comments, or tell us where, if you would like people to find you or text you or write you, tell us where you can be reached. Eric.
I'm Eric Ardini, and my website's www.siliconwrench.com.
Awesome. Thanks for being on the show, Eric.
Thank you. Thanks for having me again.
It was fun. Hey, man, and Vibe at Kicks, that was a great thing to bring.
Yeah. I saw a review on it a long time ago, and I saw it there for that price. I couldn't pass it up.
$2?
Yeah.
It's amazing. You should buy like 1,000 of them. Resell them. All right, Dor. Well, you're always on the show. But what would you like to say to the folks?
Well, first I want to say, here are the apps. Pac-Man, Wave Launcher, Quadrant, Standard Edition, NVIDIA Tegra Zone, Superfast Cam, My Bookmarks, Light the Way, iMathematics, Sight Words, Flashcards, WeatherBug Elite, Night Clock, IMO Beta, Quick Boot Reboot.
Thank you. And I love, by the way, how you said Superfast Cam, because that's how you have to say it.
Right, exactly.
You have to say Superfast Cam. You have to say it fast. That's the only way you should say it. I'm sure that's how the developers wanted it too.
I'm sure. I was just trying to do them justice. And if you want to hook up with me, you can just go to doortodoorgeek.com.
Very good. Timster.
Hey, Dor, you remember the last-ditch efforts of them trying to bring Pac-Man back when they came out with Super Pac-Man?
Yes, I do.
Yes. That was cool. TimsComputerFix.com is my website. Timster_. You can find me at Twitter, and you can email me at timster@podnutz.com.
Very good. Thank all you guys for being on the show. It was a lot of fun. Thanks, everybody, for watching, listening, streaming, whatever you're doing. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for Nuts at Night, and we'll see you next week.